More details about the 2024 Polestar 2. This could be the car you want to wait for, so let's get started. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now after a few spy shots last year, we finally got apparently more information about the 2024 Polestar 2 with the updated specifications. Now note that this is information from a handful of car leasing companies, so this is not official Polestar information, but we tend to see this trend more often lately where car leasing companies put this information online before the official embargo ends, so to say. Now we've seen this early information trend also, for example, with the Polestar 3 earlier last year. So basically car leasing companies put up the information they get from Polestar to get all systems up to date, that when the Polestar 2 2024 goes live, they have everything set basically. So most things we see on this updated Polestar 2 spec is pretty much in line with the current and also the new Volvo XC40 and C40 Recharge, especially the extended range with the new battery and the rear wheel drive. But that was pretty much to be expected, as these cars are basically cousins, all based on the CMA platform. They share a lot of technology besides the design, more or less. So without any further ado, let's talk details. Now I've put all information in a bit of an overview, so I'm gonna share that on the screen as well. Anyway, let's start with the Polestar 2 single motor standard range. Now similar to the Volvo Recharge update, the single motor standard range keeps the 69 kilowatt hour battery pack. Interestingly enough, the horsepower goes up quite a bit, about 40 horsepower to 272 horsepower. That's nice. Torque, that's a lot of improvement, I gotta say, but that's also due to the battery motor shifting from front wheel driven to rear wheel drive. That allows, of course, for more grip, more weight on the wheels. Hence, they can also, I assume, put up that torque. So 490 newton meters of torque. That is a lot. That is very nice. Now this is maybe the most interesting one, the DC charging. So the fast charging max capability appears to be changing from 151 kilowatt to 135 kilowatt. So that's pretty interesting. Now, maybe that has to do with some kind of technical change in the platform of the car. Could have to do with that rear wheel drive battery motor on the rear wheels that maybe takes more space up over there. But yeah, that's quite an interesting one. Now on the other side is 69 kilowatt hour battery pack, 135 kilowatt DC charging. I think that's fast enough for a bit smaller battery. So that's still plenty, I am kind of expecting. Now 0 to 160 miles an hour. 6.4 seconds. That of course has to do with the fact that you now have the drivetrain on the rear wheels. As I said, more weight, more grip, more torque. Hence they can improve that quite a lot. 6.5 seconds, that's very decent. 1 second faster, even faster because these EVs are crazily fast already. Anyway, top speed, also pretty interesting. Changes from 160 kilometers an hour, 99 miles an hour to 205 kilometers an hour, 127 miles an hour. So that's quite a lot. Now what I have heard from Volvo as well is that they changed the battery motor from the front to the rear, also to improve safety. So I'm kind of assuming that they also consider this now a bit more safe. Hence they allow a higher top speed. So that's quite the difference. 205 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that's kind of Polestar-ish kind of speed, I would say. Then probably the most interesting one, the expected range. We're talking WLTP figures over here, so take about 80-ish% of that number. So the current range on the single motor standard range is 478 kilometers, 297 miles. That will increase a bit to 518 kilometers and 321 miles. That is efficiency, they state 14.8 kilowatt hours per 100. That's a very decent figure, I gotta say. So if you ask me, the nicest upgrade about the single motor standard range, maybe not the expected range or the range improvement, but I think mostly top speed, faster acceleration, more torque, and a bit of extra horsepower. And better efficiency then, of course, rear wheel drive. So I think, yeah, if you ask me, the single motor standard range has got a pretty nice and solid upgrade. Then let's continue to the long range single motor version. Basically, or if you ask me, maybe the most interesting version to get on your Polestar 2. Now currently the car has a 78 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that will improve to the 82 kilowatt hour battery pack, similar to the Volvo XC40 and C40 Recharge, the upgraded versions, the 2024 model. Now power output, now that used to be similar to the standard range, 231 horsepower. They will improve that apparently to 299 horsepower, so almost 300 horsepower. That is very solid, I gotta say. Then for the battery motor, it will also change from the front to the rear wheel drive, so that is nice. Now, then as for DC charging, a nice upgrade over here, exactly the same as the, again, XC40 and C40. It goes up to 205 kilowatt max output, so that is a very nice upgrade if you ask me. Also for that big battery pack, good to have. Now then as for the acceleration, similar to the standard range, so it will go to 6.4 seconds, top speed 205 kilometers an hour. And then on the long range single motor, the improved range is also pretty impressive. It goes up from 551 kilometers to 635 kilometers, WLTP that is. But yeah, boy, that is an impressive electric vehicle figure, I gotta say. And also over here, they state the efficiency will be 14.8 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. So basically similar to the standard range version, but just the bigger battery pack. So that is very nice. And then of course the biggest takeout from this one, also because of the name, the extended range, the long range version. Yeah, this might be the most interesting one, especially now with this battery upgrade, better efficiency. If you get like in real world, a 500-ish kilometers on a full charge from a Polestar 2. Yeah, I think that is very impressive. Then let's continue to the big guns, the dual motor and the dual motor performance. Polestar 2 will get that same 82 kilowatt hour battery pack. The horsepower goes up a little bit, 408 to 422 horsepower. That's a lot. Now torque also a little bit extra, 660 to 740 newton meters of torque. Well, the battery motor, as I said, this is a dual motor, so you get the all-wheel drive still. DC charging, also a nice improvement to 205 kilowatt. 0 to 100, apparently it was not fast enough yet, so now it will do 0.2 of a second, even less. 4.7 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Top speed, still at 205 kilometers, so that is very solid. Then as for the range, they did a very nice job if you ask me. So speaking WLTP, it goes up from 487 kilometers, so 302 miles, to 592 kilometers. Almost 600 kilometers from a dual motor long range version. That is pretty impressive, I gotta say. Then for efficiency, as this car is rocking 2 battery motors, the efficiency is a little bit less, of course, compared to the single motor versions. They state 16 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. Still, that is very efficient if you compare it to my twin recharge Volvo C40, which does on like an average 22, 23 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Yeah, that is very efficient. So then to conclude, we also have the Polestar 2 dual motor long range performance version. Basically the car also with that Polestar optimization, so to say. So also over here the new battery pack, 82 kilowatt hours. Then for the horsepower, the performance used to have 408. Now it gets that tune standard, so you go up to 476. Do note that is also already with the current Polestar 2. So that will remain the same, still 476 horsepower, apparently. As for torque, it goes up from 680 to 740 newton meters of torque, so that is nice. Same here, all-wheel drive, DC charging, 205 kilowatt, super nice. Even faster, 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers. Not 4.4, but 4.2 seconds now, so that is super quick. That is insane. That is ridiculous. You do not need that, but of course it is fun to have. Then as for range, it goes up now to 592 kilometers, as I said already. Pretty impressive. And then they say also 16 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that efficiency. But let's find out in due course. So that are the first details apparently on the Polestar 2 2024, the expected update, facelift, spec change of the Polestar 2, pretty much in line with the 2024 Volvo XC40 and C40 Recharge. Now, am I expecting anything else? Well, perhaps maybe a new color, maybe a different kind of wheel, maybe a new interior and all that, but I'm not really expecting that much of a change regarding spec on the car. So probably the biggest change will be on the drivetrain of this car, similar to the XC40 and C40 2024 model. So that being said, those are the first unofficial details, but if you ask me, these kind of align with the expectations and also what Volvo has done currently with their updates. So yeah, I am expecting these figures. Of course, unofficial information coming from car leasing companies who have put this information online. Of course, I will give you guys an official update when we get the official information from Polestar or when Polestar lifts the embargo, basically. So then the biggest question, wait for the update or go for a current, maybe stock Polestar 2? yeah, maybe you want to advise me in that. So leave a comment down below. Maybe we can have a bit of a discussion on that. I think anyway, whichever you choose, I would go for the single motor long range version, not the dual, because you do not really need that in most countries. In the Netherlands also not. But yeah, interesting information, first information. Of course, make sure you also subscribe to the channel. I will keep you guys up to date with the official information and also other rumors in the world of Geely, let's put it that way. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Plenty more to come, so stay tuned for that. And as for now, thanks a lot and see you next time. Bye bye.